Hi, my name is Rabbi Channen, and I'm the Rosh Yeshiva of Keter Hatorah. I'd like to give a little word this week about Parshas Bo. It's well known that the Jews were 400 years in exile before we were redeemed from Mitzrayim. But the actual time in Mitzrayim was only 210, and if you narrow that down, the actual slavery was much less. I heard one time a Maisa, something that happened in England. The Rav was giving a sermon to his constituents, and he asked the following question: which was worse, the slavery in Mitzrayim or the Shoah, the Holocaust? Which was worse? Before he could even wait for anybody to answer, he just jumped in and he said the slavery in Mitzrayim was much worse than the Shoah. Well, there was a Holocaust survivor sitting in the congregation, and he raised up his hand, rolled down his sleeve, and he said, "Excuse me, Rabbi, I never heard of anyone with a number on their hand wanting to go back to Auschwitz." That was the end of the guy's sermon. He had to sit down. The horrors that went on over Gullus, over our Gullus, the years and years and the years of torture, forced assimilation, murders, killing, you name it. It's been over 2,000 years, 2,000 years that we've been in Gullus, that we wandered from place to place, that we were tortured, that we suffered. 2,000 years. Compare that to the small amount of years of slavery that we were in Mitzrayim. I'm not going to say which was worse. I think the answer is fairly obvious. But there is one thing which is a blatant question. So obvious of a question, why doesn't anybody ask it? Why was it that in Mitzrayim we were redeemed after 210 years? We were on the 49th level of Tumah, and if we didn't get pulled out of Mitzrayim immediately, that would have been the end of us. Sounds really bad. So why is it that in 2,000 years we haven't been redeemed? Certainly, we must have suffered at least as much as in Mitzrayim. Certainly, we must have reached a point where we have to be redeemed. Why is it that in Mitzrayim, Hashem had tremendous rachmanis, and He said, if I don't get them out of there, that's the end of them. That's the end of us. The end of us as a Jewish nation. And yet, in all of Gullus, we're going through all this pain and all this suffering, and we haven't been redeemed. Are we below the 49th level? Are we irredeemables? Irredeemables? What is wrong? What's going on? How could we suffer so much and not be redeemed compared to what was going on in Mitzrayim? The answer is, in Mitzrayim, the Jews did not have the Torah. A life without Torah is a different life completely. They would have assimilated. Whether they would have assimilated under pressure from conversions, or whether they would have assimilated just because they had nothing, no values to hold on. But that's a horrible life. That is really a horrible life. In Gullus, I'm not going to minimize the tortures and the pains that we've suffered. And I'm sure that Hashem values every tear, every shout, and every sigh will be redeemed. But what keeps us from assimilating, what makes it that Hashem doesn't do this after 200 years, doesn't take us out of Gullus in 200 years, why Hashem is able to wait, is because we have the Torah. We have the Torah, and it's through holding on to the Torah that we're able to withstand this Gullus. Anybody who lets go of the Torah, just watch. Anybody who lets go of the Torah, after 1, 2, 3 generations, they're gone. Their children are assimilated. Now they're 10% Jews, 20% Jews. They don't look at themselves as full-fledged Jewish souls. No, I'm a 10%. I have a heritage of Jews. I'm Jewish in identity. But are you Jewish to the soul? The Torah guards our soul. The Torah, we hold on to the Torah. It's the only way we're able to withstand this horrible pressures, this horrible tortures of Gullus. It's the only way out. And if we hold on to the Torah, and we hold on to our Emunah, and we teach others, we pass it down to our children and their children, we value every mitzvah, we're able to hold on through this terrible Gullus, through all the pain and suffering, we're able to hold on. And when Hashem sees it's the right time, and He looks at us, and He's proud of us, and He loves us, and He'll take us out of this Gullus, it's all through holding on to the Torah. And He'll see us as Jews and redeem us speedily in our days. Amen.